Hey y'all, it's Zach, the legal tech advisor here at Lawyerist. Today I'd like to talk to you about client relationship managers, specifically about CRMs that are built into law practice management software like PracticePanther. Recently, I sat down and used my PracticePanther demo account to walk through some of the client intake forms and creation of client intake templates. Have a look and see what you think. So here we are initially at the PracticePanther dashboard. And as you can see, this is a demo account or a dummy account. And so there's not a lot of information that I have on here, but we can still show you around a little bit. Today, we're talking about client intake and client relationship management that is built into PracticePanther. So what we're going to look at specifically is the new intakes, the client intakes that you can create and embed on your website. So we're going to go to Documents here and pop into intake forms. We could go to a lot of different places, or we could get to this from a lot of different places, but here's the fastest way that I know. So we go to intake forms. I have one created here previously, but we're going to create a new intake template just to show you how easy it is. These templates can be embedded on your website. They can be sent directly to, well, not the templates, but the intakes can be sent directly to your clients, but you'll be using this underlying template. So it's really just a drag and drop mechanism here, which is pretty easy. So we've got the form title, which we pull in, go into edit, form title, client intake is what we're going to call it. Now you could create these for many different types of client intake. So we do family matter client intake, something like that. You're probably going to come up with something better. Form description, again, just drag and drop right there. We have checkboxes, checklists with multiple selections, checklists with a single selection. This is really good to have to make sure that you can control the information that's coming in. One of the things that we want to do when we're dealing with bringing information into our systems is make sure that we can what's called sanitize it and control how it looks. So we're going to say, put a text line in here. Have that be first name. It's going to be setting. We're going to make this a required field. Then we're going to add another text box. We're going to do this somewhat quickly, but I want to go through each one of these and show you what they can do. Make that a required field. We're going to close and preview. Then I want to do date. We're going to call this birth date. Then I'd like to do a checklist of single. We're going to edit this. We're going to say, now I'm not going to put all the states on here because that would be a little ridiculous at this point, but we'll just do the ones close enough. And it's easy enough to add options here. MISS, ISS, IPPI. As you can tell, I'm from Tennessee, so that's the ones that we're using. But this is going to be a single select, and then we'll do a multiple selection. Again, we can add options pretty easily. Okay, so we're not going to make this, well, we are going to make this required because we'd like to know what we're going to be able to help them with. Close and preview. Then we have a drop down here that we're going to put. So those are our options. Make that look nice. Then let's add another one here. I usually like when people contact me by yelling into the ether. Okay, so these are all of the types of things that we can put on here. We're going to name our form, call it FAM intake. And what we can do is create tasks after this intake. So when I send this intake to a potential new client, we can assign tasks to this person. That's the only person that's here. We can also send notification emails when this happens. So we can do a lot of stuff with this. But let's go ahead and submit this intake. And we're going to link these fields. So we're going to do first name, last name. And a lot of these are just kind of ridiculous. So they're not going to have connections, but you can see where you can make these connections that are related to the matter or the contact. All of these should theoretically be related to the contact in order to make these determinations. So what can we help you with? That could be the type of matter that you have, things like that. So in this scenario, we want to create a new contact after the form is filled out. We don't want to create a new matter after the form is filled out because we don't know if we're going to take this person. Update existing contact. No, not on this one because we're not, again, this is new contact. Update existing matter. No, because this is new contact. But you could see where if I had a matter and I wanted to send out information to people related to this, I could send out an email that said, hey, please update this information. Well, you might send that email out to them to update their information on an annual basis. You might want to send them information, an email asking them to update the information on a specific case. So you can see where that could help. We don't have to link any fields necessarily, but we do want to link the ones that we can. So we're going to link our fields here. And we have an intake just like this. This is what it looks like. So if I go to a contact and let's just go to Stan Laurel. We're going to do intakes for him. We did an estate planning matter for Stan Laurel recently, thankfully, because now he apparently wants to get a divorce. So we do intake form, the one that we just created. Our contact is Stan Laurel. We can share it with him by sending him this, or we can embed it in an email on our website, something like that. But I'm going to go to that link. And this is what our intake looks like. So you would put in his first name. I don't know, maybe he's born when I was born. Mississippi custody case, yelling into the ether. And you see, we've already got this CAPTCHA here. This is making sure that people are not a robot. This is going to help you avoid a lot of spam. So we have to check that and then we submit. So that is how easy it is to create one of these intake forms. It should help you with your CRM matters, your client relationships, getting potential new clients out there. As you can see, that you can embed them or you can send them to new clients directly. There are a lot of different types of fields that you can use. So that is just some of what the PracticePanther CRM built-in CRM can do. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time around the Lawyerist ecosystem.